Diddy, he got mad at you because you was having sex with Cassie behind his back, right?
No, I never had sex with her behind his back. She was contacting me behind his back. After a while, the sex got really good after a while. So, as a woman, as a human being, she wants to connect with the person that's making her feel like this. We had a lot in common. Her birthday's August 26th. My birthday's August 26th. So we're both Virgos. She's really into astrology. So, us just being people who believe in certain things. Imagine meeting a woman and you having sex with her and it's great. And then one day you find out you and her are born on the same day. That's something that you're going to be like, wow, is this a coincidence? So I think that's what kind of really strengthened our relationship to the point where she started to want to know more about me. So she would contact me, tell me how great the sex was, ask me for penis pictures, just ask me what I was doing during the day. And this actually went on, I want to say, for 6 or 8 months until I saw Diddy and her maybe 6 or 8 months into this. And I walk into the suite, and like the first thing he does is he presses me, walks up to me in my face, like, yo, man, why you texting my girl behind my back? So, I kind of back up, like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I went through her phone. It's texting there. Y'all not supposed to be texting. This is something that's a swinging activity for me and her. You shouldn't be trying to get at her behind me. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. She's texting me, bro. I'm not texting her. And if you got a problem with me texting her, I won't answer no more. So Cassie stepped in. She admitted that she was texting me. She claimed she told him that she was texting me to build up desire for the fantasies for the next time we saw each other. But Diddy wasn't trying to hear that. He said, listen, dude, don't answer my girl if she texts you. You don't text him again. So he basically put us both on notice not to contact each other without him. Now, here's the thing. She actually did keep contacting me after that, but I stopped answering because I believed it was a trap. I thought she was trying to set me up, like trying to see if I would answer, despite the fact he told me not to. So I just stopped answering her.
And you said that Cassie, she'll disrespect Diddy when it came to his penis size, right?
Not directly, but inadvertently, yes. Like she would laugh at him after she and I had sex. She might smirk at him. Let's say she and I had an encounter and he tried to get on top of her after that. The comparison of the two inside of her was probably noticeably different. So a few times she would catch him smirking, laughing, stuff like that. And he asked her, like, yo, what's so funny? And let's say she didn't give him the right answer, he'll kick her, he'll push her, that's really where the domestic violence came from. The domestic violence came from the fact that she would emasculate him. She would do things that let him know he had a small penis, that she really wasn't trying to hear what he was saying. Diddy's an arrogant, petty dude, bro. He's not trying to hear that. He's super competitive. He believes he's supposed to be in control. So his woman trying to like embarrass him in front of me is a no-no. That's why he used to hit her.
Speaking of being competitive, he used to compete with you, right? With who can have sex with her better.
Yeah. Every time, like let's say me and her were going, and again, I don't like going into detail about our encounters, even though I have, I kind of had to go into them because she's trying to pretend like Dave isn't as significant as he really was, and that's not the case, Cassie. We both know what time it was. So Diddy would watch she and I have sex, and it was hot. He'd sit there, he's high out of his face on Molly, ketamine, whatever concoction of drugs he's managing to take this encounter. And he might have looked at the way I had sex with her, and now he wants to do the same thing. So being high, he's not realizing that the penal size is going to make a major difference if you try to do that. He jumps on top of her. He tries to start ramming her. I've been on her, dude. It's not the same thing. And he can see that. So she would emasculate him with that. She definitely would. She would let him know that his penis was small. Definitely.
And Cassie, she used to ask you to urinate on her, right?
Oh, she asked me to urinate her for about a year and a half, dude.
Oh wow.
And yeah, every time I saw her, she would beg me to urinate her, to tell me how she likes it to trickle down her chest. She likes the warm feeling as it goes over her breast. And in the beginning, I didn't really know her as well as I knew her as the relationship developed. So I'm a good bullshitter. I would be like, oh, I don't want to do this today. Oh, I can't pee because I got a shy bladder. You got to cut water on or something like that, just to make her think I couldn't do it. But the truth is, it's disgusting, bro. Like, what man wants to have sex with a woman after you urinate on them? I'm from the projects. People used to piss in the staircase. I know piss smells once it gets old. It's yellow. It's nasty. It's nothing sexy about urine. So I told her this after maybe a year of her asking me. I just got tired of it. I said, yo, why do you keep asking me to urinate on you? Do you really like that? So she breaks it down to me again, how she likes the warm urine going over her chest and flowing down her breast over her nipples. Like she was really descriptive to the extent where I could tell she was into this. But I remember I looked at it and I said, yo, check this out. If you want me to urinate on you, we're not going to have sex because that does not turn me on. It's nasty. Honestly, I would never sleep with a woman who had urine on her. It's freaking disgusting. So if you want to have sex, fine. We're not going to urinate. But if I urinate on you, we're not going to have sex. She said, damn, that's all you had to say because I definitely want to have sex. So now Diddy comes in the room. He asks her what we're talking about. She says, oh, he doesn't want to urinate on me because it turns him off. Did he ask her what you feel about that? She said, I want to have sex with him. He doesn't have to urinate on me. And they never asked me again. I couldn't see her honestly liking urine on her. I couldn't like grasp that concept in my head, so it wasn't something I could do. And I never did it to her. Never called her, never verbally abused her during sex like Diddy would ask me to call her, you know, like B and ho. I never talked to her that way. Never was abusive to her, choking her, never spit in her mouth like she used to ask me to spit in her mouth, never urinate on her. I want to say that my approach with her was more of a softer lovemaking type of sex. And I think that's why she liked me because I was delicate with her.
I mean, you would think that she would ask you to urinate on her after the session, then she'll get in the shower. That's crazy, man.
Shorty was with that nasty work, bro. It's like she was with that nasty work. I mean, like we having sex for days and I'm dumping in her, bro. She not cleaning up, taking a shower. She not doing none of that, bro. Thinking about it now, I feel really nasty because I realize how much the drugs Molly and E affect your psyche, where you're not conscious of certain things you're doing. But those freak offs used to be kind of nasty because for like days I would be coming in Cassie and she wouldn't even wash. She would just be walking around the room like it was regular.
And Cassie, she was the one collecting your sperm, right?
That started in the beginning again also, bro. I remember specifically like the first time it happened, I was using condoms with Cassie when they were asking me for the semen. So I remember she asked me, you know, like when you finish, you think you could come in the cup. And I was like, why? And she says, oh, you know, I like to play with it. I like to drink it. He likes to see me do things with it. So I actually thought she was playing. I didn't think she was serious. But as we were involved in the encounter and it was getting longer and longer, she kept asking me, like, are you going to come? Are you going to come? Are you going to give it to me? And I said, oh my God, she's really serious. She really wants me to do this. So she asked me so much, I remember it started bothering me. And I was like, yo, you really want me to give you like, see, I said, I can't do that. I was like, why you want my DNA? I'm not really comfortable with that. And I'll be honest, they offered me like $2,000 to give him the semen in the cup. So, bro, you know, I gave it to him. It really was a no-brainer once they said that. I was like, you want 2 stacks for my semen? Hold on a second. Yoink it out, give it right to him. Here you go. So I want to say comfortably for maybe a year and a half, they were paying me to collect semen. Cassie would collect it in a wine glass, a shot glass, and a whiskey glass, whatever glass we had available. And then her, and you know, it's funny because I thought about it years later, how she would collect the semen in the cup and Diddy would be trailing right behind her like a little kid who mommy had the juice in his hand or something. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard the trial and her say she used to put the semen on his nipple, I'm gonna be honest, it made sense. Cause I'm like, yo, that's why he was so thirsty following her in the room every time she took the semen. The semen was for him, it wasn't for her. So that I definitely believe. Cause every time she used to take my semen, I swear to you, bro, Diddy would be behind her like a little kid in the room as quick as he could, closing the door. So yeah, that was weird. But eventually I stopped because we started having unprotected sex and she started to ask me to come in her. You know, you dealing with these drugs, Art. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna take accountability. I should have made better decisions. I was younger. I was thirsty for the money. She's a beautiful woman, and I was high off of these, you know, like sexual inducing drugs. So I made some bad decisions, and I just, you know, started giving her what she want. I slept with her so long. I'm not catching any diseases. She's showing me paperwork. You want me to dump on you, baby? No problem. She's telling me she's on the pill, so I'm doing it. Worst mistake I ever made, bro. If I could take it back, God, I wish I could take it back, bro. Because Diddy used to follow her in that room, bro. Again, like a little kid following his mommy for the juice bottle. I swear, right on her heels as she was going in the room. So when I heard that part of the testimony, it made 100% sense. I believed him.